Hey folks, it's Kobe from KobeWright.com and NinjaListBuildingStrategies.com, and tonight we're going to do something really cool, really awesome. We're going to do something I haven't done in a while, or actually I haven't done it at all. We're doing a Ninja VIP group coaching, but I opened it up to everyone tonight. This is something that we normally just do to our paid members. And but while we were waiting, before we even get started, while we were waiting, Diana had a great question because I opened up the floor to questions for all those who showed up early, and she had a great question. It was such a great question that I wanted to get it be sure and record it so that those who couldn't make it would be able to benefit from this, and for those who are just coming in would be able to hear what we talked about. Dinah asked, she said, someone ever asked you the question, where do you begin when it comes to list building? And I told her, actually, yes, as I said, that's a great question. People ask that all the time, and a lot of people are wondering that even if they don't ask it. And what I told her is the first thing that you need to do before you spend any money at all is to decide on a niche. So that kind of got us off on a subtopic of I mentioned that the best niches to pursue are normally health, wealth, or relationships. You know, even though a lot of people recommend you go after your passion. And she said, well, what if the stuff that your passion that you know and like, what if no one cares about that? And I said, okay, well, you might be surprised. And she said, well, she liked a couple of things. She said, knitting and crocheting and spinning and weaving and teaching and stuff like that. She said, but nobody cares about that stuff. So I took that as a challenge. And so we went, and I told her, you might be surprised that a lot of people, more than people like that than you think, excuse me. And so we went to Google and we checked it out, and we were both surprised to find that the Learn to Crochet got 33,000 searches a month with very little competition. Of course, not trying to give away her niche here, because obviously if you're not into crocheting, it's not something you're going to be able to find PLR on or write about. So, unless you're currently doing this like Diana, then I don't recommend you do this. But it just goes to point out that a lot of things that you may think that no one cares about, that a lot of people do, because you have to think, granted, no one that I know you'd really, or any of my friends talk about crocheting, but there's things that I talk about that my friends don't. And so that's, just, you have to think the internet is the whole world. It's not just, a small circle like, our own community. It's a whole world. So there's always people out there that like what you like, even though it may be a lot smaller than some of other things. And so then that brought, then I mentioned that forum marketing is another great, or I said that you need to excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited. The first thing was to find a niche. And so we decided that even this kind of strange, obscure niche here, crocheting, was a great one to pursue, because if you pick out one keyword, learn crochet, and if you're able to get, the number one spot at Google, then you should be able to get 800 visitors a month. And if you were sending those to a squeeze page, then about 400 of those would be on your list. And if it's learn to crochet or one of these other higher searched keywords like this one, then you could easily be able to get 2,000 visitors a month and convert 1,000 of those to people who are on your list, people who you could then send crochet related stuff, like maybe links to Amazon books about crocheting, or maybe links to patterns for crocheting, or I don't know what comes along with that, maybe some tools that you need, or books, or just anything. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff. And that's all you would do. And if you're getting 1,000 people a month on your list from one keyword, that's 12,000 people in a year. That's a big list for a niche. And a list in a niche like this is a lot more powerful than a list and a niche like internet marketing, like a niche that I'm in, because internet marketing, 2 to 5% is kind of the industry standard. People who are getting like 20% were like, yeah, that's great. But, I would say, I'm talking about open rates for your email. If you're in a niche like this, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't get 50% or more open rates per email. So that makes your list that much powerful. That makes that 12,000 people, that 12,000 person list like having a 50,000 person list if it was an internet marketing list, because they're opening and reading your emails at such a higher ratio, because these people aren't really used to the whole autoresponder things, and they're not getting a ton of emails from, you know, everybody and their mom about making money. So that's one of, these are great little niches, and I shared a niche that I was in, which was coon hunting, and how it gets about, you know, similar results. That these are lower, but this is higher. You know, so it's similar. The keywords are about the same, and I showed how it was ranking on the first page of Google, and then I mentioned that the reason I chose that niche is because I used to do it when I was younger. I don't now because I've of course moved and I live in a city now. But but the reason that I chose that niche is because I knew there's a lot of forums associated with it where they got a lot of traffic, whereas they may not necessarily get on Google and search for coonhounds. And so that made me to think of searching for forums in the crochet niche. So we put that in, and we found one, two, three. We found like 3 or 4 here right off the bat that looked like really great places where you could go and hang out and talk about stuff you're already interested in. Put a link in your signature file back to your website, preferably a squeeze page. And I mean, think about it, how easy it's going to be to get these people on your list. Because if they're interested in crochet, okay, and in your signature file says go here to get some free patterns, or you know, whatever it works with crocheting. I'm not sure, you know, I'm probably saying it wrong, but you know, go here and get this free thing that's, you know, related to this. They're gonna be like, awesome. All you need to do is put in your email. Okay, cool. They'd probably do it all the time for, you know, like iPad in contests and stuff like that on Facebook, so they're used to it. And I've also been told that niches that involve females, don't take this the wrong way, are better niches to get into because they're more receptive. They're more open, and they're more likely to read your emails, to click on your links and stuff like that. That's just what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, because I'm in the internet marketing niche. It's pretty much, it's mainly male, even though I know a lot of y'all here tonight are female. But let's see, I got a bunch of questions coming in. Diana's laughing at the way I say it. I don't know what yeah, that's how we say it in the South. She spelled it out, crow like the bird, and then Shay like someone's name. uh, let's see. All right. A lot of stuff. I'm going to back up and take just a second and look over these questions. That's great. We've got a really great group tonight. Okay. And Dinah said that she heard there was a pretty good ClickBank product for teaching crochet. Well, there you go. That ties in perfectly with your building a list in the crochet niche. That goes perfect. Send them an email once a week. You don't have to go crazy because, like I said, these people aren't I would think if you emailed them more than twice or 3 times a week, they'd probably not like you. But send them 1 email a week, and make, you know, 2 of those emails be a promo, 2 emails be freebies. Easy peasy. That's great. Okay. Roy said crochet pattern. That's crazy nice. Yeah. Diana said, hey, wouldn't I make a great case study? You absolutely would. Crocheting for the rest of us. That's a good title, Roy. And then Diana poking fun at my accent. Okay, show me how to do that. I'm not sure which part. Oh, and then Diana said she was from South Carolina, never been below the Mason-Dixon line, and she knows what a coonhound is. That's awesome. You must have read Where the Red Fern Grows. And yes, it does help that you know how to do that within a niche like that. I would never be able to do anything in the crochet niche because it's not something I'm interested in. It's not something I would really care to learn. Even though I see what the searches are and I know the power there, I would never get into that because I know that for every niche like this that I'm not interested in, I can find another one that I am interested in that gets the same amount of traffic and the same amount of results and stuff. Vanessa said, hey, what's up? Hey, Vanessa, glad you can make it tonight. And Dinah said, free patterns will draw everybody. Nobody likes to pay for them. There you go. That's a perfect freebie. And give you some ideas for Christmas. Crochet. There you go. And Ed said there's actually all kinds of PLR for crochet on the net. Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe I might get into the crochet niche after all. Dinah said baby stuff, lace pot hers a month. Exactly. All that's great ideas. So see, you could do this with that's a great idea, Diana. You could do this with any niche that you're interested in Any niche. If you have a favorite type of dog, dog niches are awesome. Pet niches are awesome. They're just like the crochet niche because people love their pets. Ferrets, type of birds. If you have a certain type of bird that, then you already know a lot of stuff about them. If you have a certain type of animal, maybe you have like crap, what's that thing I'm trying to think of? It's y'all don't even know what I'm trying to think of. It's a chinchilla. That's what I was thinking of. I was trying to think of a weird name. Or a hedgehog. Anything that you have that you can write about is a great niche, and you'd be surprised because when I first started out, I started in a couple of pet niches, and I realized that they're hot because people don't think about those, and then they always have forums that are related to them. Like I said, breeds of dogs are great. So we got all that out of the way. That was a good little 10-minute intro here. The real thing tonight that we're going to talk about is list building, and I'm going to show y'all my technique that I've used to pretty much build the majority of my internet marketing list, which now are close to, I have about 15,000 on my personal list and another 46,000 in joint list. So my reach is about 20,000. So most of those I was able to do using this technique that I'm going to show y'all tonight. And it's a really awesome technique, and I call it Ninja VIP giveaways. And what these are, I'm sure all y'all have heard of the big JV giveaways. In fact, I'm actually co-hosting one right now with a fellow named David Rayleigh. So those are awesome. They work good. Except the problem with those is there's a lot of people, so there's a lot of traffic. But that means there's a lot of fighting for the attention of the traffic, because there may be 300 participants. There may be 1,000 contributors, which means that means there's a lot of traffic. But that means there's 1,000 guests that they could choose from. So you're going to get your share, but it's not always really massive. Isaiah says the audio is cutting out. Is anybody else having a problem with the audio cutting out? I'm hardwired now, and I'm on my new desktop, so it should be okay. Ed said the audio is okay on his side. You might try refreshing. Also, Diane said she has refined. Moore says it sounds good. You may try, if you have any other applications open, shutting them down. Sometimes if you're getting the Internet Explorer, Windows open, or other stuff, it'll slow down your audio. And if you're on Wi-Fi, sometimes it will affect it as well. But I am recording it, so there will be a replay. Okay, back to what I was saying. They're Ninja VIP giveaways, and or I'm sorry, I was talking about the JV giveaways, the big ones. And let me actually show you an example of one of these. I'll show you the example of the one that I'm co-hosting right now. And if any of y'all want to join it, it's gokobe.com/mega is the short link. Mega, M-E-G-A. Write it down. You don't have to go there now. You see me. There's me. That's the guy that I'm co-hosting it with, David. And you see these are pretty straightforward into telling you what it is. Well, of course, right now it's not open to members yet. It's just open to contributors. It does open for members for 2 weeks. So the next 2 weeks are recruiting contributors. But so right now it's just targeted to the contributor. It'll change a little bit when it turns into a regular giveaway where there's members invited as well. This will change into you're about to get a bunch of freebies or something like that. But right now it's just explaining to the contributors what they get, and rule, and pretty much just you can say warmly Kobe Wright, David Rayleigh, and it just kind of tells you what's going on, gives you the dates, and a video that explains this in further depth. If you need that link, just let me know. Actually, it's gokobe.com/GAE video, as in GAE as in giveaway event. So don't go there now, just write it down. But most of y'all have probably seen that video. So I'm going to show you what these look like on the side. Let me show this. I keep it screen straight. Right. Yes. See, in these, the way it works is, so I'm going to go to show what it looks. These here, and they have 2 sections. First of all, it's the random hot downloads. You can see this up here at the top, right here. and then general downloads. If you're a paid contributor, which it's like 15 bucks in this one for the top level package and like 10 bucks for the second level package. And you get to, first of all, you get to submit more gifts. See, that one's mine. And I get to do 5 because I got the $15 package, but I'm co-hosting it, so obviously I didn't have to pay. But so you're listed here in the random hot downloads, and these rotate. So if I click it again, they're all paid contributors. So there's another one of mine. So I'm pretty much going to have one. Since I have 5 in, I'm probably going to have one of mine show up every time someone hits random hot downloads. And then general downloads will be that didn't pay, who only has one gift in. These are the, which you can still get plenty of subscribers this way. And so, you know, when I first started out, I joined all these. I never upgraded because I couldn't afford it. And you're still going to get subscribers. It's not going to be a massive amount. You'll get 10 or 20. Because I might get 100 since I have 5 gifts. It's simply, you know, 10 or 20 times 5 gifts, you know. It's pretty easy. And you can see there's 6 pages so far because there's 60 mod contributors. So you can see they're just listed right now. The way they're listed here is by the number of referrals that you send. And since MNIC has been down, I actually haven't emailed my list for this yet. So I have referrals. But you can click on this. You can see David, he has 33. Mike has 6. So these people on the general hot download, or on the general downloads, David's gifts will be listed first because he has the most. And then Meeks or Mike, however you say that, his will be listed second. Crystal's will be listed after that. And then Rick's are listed that way, because each person you refer, you get points for. So that's how that works. And I would say having 5 gifts out of this, there's already 65 contributors, and this starts in 2 weeks, so that'll probably end up being like 300 contributors, I would say. So that would probably mean that there's going to be like 1,000 members. So I would say that I'll probably get like 100 clicks out of this event. So now that you know what a regular giveaway event is, let's talk about the Ninja giveaways. I see there's some questions. I'll answer those. Okay, now I'll show you my version of what I call private VIP giveaways. Now what I've done with the private VIP with this technique is I took the concept of an ad swap, which is, for those who don't know what an ad swap is, this is very, very popular in the internet marketing niche. In fact, a lot of people build their list based on this one technique alone, which I don't necessarily recommend that, but to be doing it on that alone, but you can. What an ad swap is basically is it works like this. You have you have a squeeze page and I have a squeeze page, and we have, you know, maybe if you send an email to your list, maybe they send 100 clicks, and so you say, hey Kobe, how about this? I'll send 100 clicks to your squeeze page by sending your your mail to my list, and you do the same. I'll say, okay, great. So you write up an email and you give it to me. You know, you write it in my voice, and then I look over it, and, you know, I'll probably change it a little bit if needed. And then I send that to my list, and I do the exact same to you. So we're both sending an email to our list promoting the other person's squeeze page. So we're essentially, you know, sharing subscribers, or we're trading subscribers. And this works great because, you know, maybe, you know, there's people on my list who are interested in a lot of different things. Even though I'm predominantly teach list building, there's other things that I talk about as well. So, you know, there's some people who are on my list who are interested in article marketing and SEO and, you know, other stuff, video marketing, and, you know, maybe they're interested in list building as well. And so I find somebody who has a good freebie, you know, that's maybe related to article marketing, and so I say, okay, here, you send this video about list building to your list, and I'll send your PDF to my list about article marketing. And so what's cool is they get some of the targeted people from my list who are related, who like article marketing, and I get people on their list who like list building. So we're not necessarily like hurting each other. It's kind of, you know, even though you don't really look at them as competition, because there's so many people in the internet marketing niche, you know, I mean, there's millions of people. It's not hurting anything to share a couple of people, because it's naive to think that if you think that people are only on your list and you're the only person on the list they're on, that's very, very naive. Because I'd be willing to bet that if you sit back and think about it, most people who are listening to this are probably on at least 5 other internet marketers niches. And I would say it's probably not a reach to say that it's probably 15 or more. I know myself. I'm very, very prudent about the list that I'm on. If they send me a bunch of junk, I'm out. And I'm probably on at least 15 lists, you know. And I get on new lists all the time, but they have a very small window with me. You have about 3 weeks with me. If within 3 weeks you haven't sent me nothing but ad swaps, then I'm gone because I don't have any reason to stick around. But the point of the story is with ad swaps is you get targeted people. So, and a lot of times I'll send it for an ad swap and I'll get emails back saying thanks because it was a good freebie, and vice versa. I've had people send me emails and say, hey, I had my subscribers love that, and they tell me thanks. Or people that get on my list during ad swap, they send me back and say, hey, I just use that technique that you talked about in your PDF. It's awesome. I'm like, hey, thanks, that's great. So ad swaps are good because you can gain a new audience, but if abused, then of course your list will get burnt out. So I already talked about the bad side of the JVs giveaways, and I talked about the good side. You get subscribers and stuff. They have their good, and and I talked about the goods with the ad swaps. And then, of course, the bad side of ad swap is if you overdo it, then your list is going to quit opening your emails because you're not doing nothing but seeing them ad swaps. So I decided, man, I got to find something to utilize these two, and that's what I've done here in my little Ninja VIP private giveaways. And what this is I want the squeeze page to look like a normal squeeze page, and it does for the most part. It looks pretty like any other normal squeeze page you would see in an ad swap. Finally discover 5 top secret money-making methods to explode your income. For a limited time, these marketers reveal everything. This is pretty normal stuff. I'll list with some of the stuff that's in there, and I have another opt-in box. Nothing fancy here. This is made using Composer. These are just tables. This is nothing fancy. I'm not a tech guy. I can barely do HTML. I can work Composer because it's pretty straightforward. You can see here, this is Composer. It pretty much tells you everything you need to do, or at least what I need to do. So that's all it takes. In fact, actually, let me show you Composer, and I'm going to show you the squeeze page. This is it. This is what it looks like. Let me show you the preview. This is what it looks like on the website. This is what it looks like under the normal view, where it's got the tags and stuff in. All you do, I mean, literally, is like I want to make this red, is I just go up here and go to Format and go to Text Color, and I choose the color I want. If I want to make that bigger, I just click here with the A with the upper pointing arrow. I'll make it bigger. If I want to make it smaller, I click the one with the down pointing arrow. Italics here. I mean, it's pretty much, if you can use Microsoft Word or OpenOffice or WordPress, pretty much any WordPressing software, then you can use Composer, and it's made to be that way. And I know that you can use it because, like I said, I'm an idiot. A lot of you have been on my list and followed me. You know I'm not very techy, but if I can do this, then you can do it. So don't let that catch you up. Squeeze pages are easy. They're simple. If you need help with that, let me know. In fact, there's a 4-pack that I usually give out anytime someone needs someone. So if you need it, then let me know, and I'll throw the link out there. So that's all it takes on the squeeze page. Now I'm going to show you what happens after they opt in. Let's go actually to the site. This is what happens after they opt in. There's a confirmation page. And really the main point of this confirmation page is 2 things. I want them to know my name. I want them to recognize my name because my name is my brand. And second of all, they're about to get on a couple different lists. So I want them to remember why they're on my list. So I want them to open the email whenever they get it. And so I'm just telling them a little bit about myself here, and then I'm like, but the main goal of this, other than introducing myself and getting them to hopefully remember my name, is I have a cookie on this page so I can tell that so it triggers my tracking system that I have set up. I'll talk about that in just a second, so that I know that my partners are doing what they're supposed to and they're sending good traffic. So they opt in, they see this page, they read it, okay, good, click here to get your free resources, and then they're sent to this page. This is the thank you page. This is what they see, after they opt in, they get my little confirmation page. This is what they see, and this is where the magic happens. This is where everything happens. And I didn't even tell y'all, the last time I did one of these events, this one that I'm showing you right now, I got over 1,400 subscribers in 4 days. I ended up getting close to 1,800 for the week. So it was a great week, and it was a great event. And you can see I only had 4 partners. I'm going to recommend that you do 5, and I'm going to talk about, so now you've seen the system. Now let me tell you what we're looking at. What we're looking at is, what I've done is I've made these little private giveaways, and let's go through the steps it takes. First what you have to do is you have to decide, okay, I'm going to do one of these. I want to build my list. Easy. Step 2, you decide on a date. Okay, I recommend for your first one that you make it a month from that day. So today is the 16th. We're going to say, okay, October 16th, I'm going to have an event. The second step you have to do is you have to decide on how many clicks you're going to send or that you're going to make the event. I'm going to tell you why that's important in just a second. Just hang here. And decide how many clicks it wants. For sake of example, we're going to do 100 clicks. Okay, so you've decided on a date, October 16th. You've decided that you're having an event, obviously, and you're going to do it for 100 clicks. The next thing you need to do is you set up your pages. I just showed you how to set up your squeeze page using Composer. If you think it's still too hard for you, then go to yourimgifts.com and right-click on the page, go to View Page Source, and select all and copy it and paste it into your Composer, and there you go. You just almost squeeze page. Of course, I recommend that you change the opt-in, or you're going to be sending me opt-in. If you want to build my list for me, I'm cool with that. Okay, so we set up our squeeze page with Composer. And so then we set up our confirmation page, and then we set up our download page. Would you? And then your confirmation set up your page. Simple, 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 simple. Now I've got these 3 pages set up. What you're going to do is you need to go and find 4 or 5 people, and you just tell them, okay, I'm doing something really cool. If you can send me 100 clicks, if you guarantee clicks, then I can give 550 in return. Anybody who's an ad swapper, anybody that's a list builder is going to jump on the chance to get 25 to 50% return on their clicks. Anybody that you tell, pretty much anybody who's serious about building the list and understands is going to jump on that deal. And I'll go through how to find them in just a minute, so don't let that get hung up on that. But so you tell them that, and they're like, okay, cool, I'm in. Then you say, okay, all I need from you is I need an e-cover, and I need a link to your squeeze page. This is what they'll send you. They'll send you one of these, and they'll give you a link. You're going to take that link, and you're going to retrack it. I use ClickTrack, which is CLIXTRAC. I need to get an affiliate link for that because I do have an affiliate link for it. I just don't have it on hand. So if you want the affiliate link, I'll give it to you. But that's the site that I use because it allows me, and so I put all these are preset. This links right here are all preset in ClickTracks. So all I have to do is whenever I get a new event is I just go into ClickTracks into their dashboard and I just change the links there. And then I'll add the e-covers here and add this text here, depending on the freebie. So that's it. That's all it takes me to do that. And then I have Tell a Friend script over here. And so on this one, since I was having 4, I put this little thing over here. I like to run 4 on mine because now that I've kind of got it tweaked and I know how to do it, that's why I recommend you do 5 in the beginning, simply so you'll have more traffic because you're not going to, it's not going to convert as well in your first one or your first couple because you just have to work the bugs out. But once you get it down to a science and you get it going really good, you can start running with 4 people, and you can put this little thing in here. This offer has expired. Get the others before it's too late. And this really drives up the scarcity, and it really drives the clicks to your partners. And that's how you can guarantee the clicks because we just decided that we're having a 100-click event. So they're all going to send at least 100 clicks, right? They're all going to send 100 clicks to this squeeze page. So pretty much any squeeze page should be able to convert at 50%. This one actually converted a little bit better than, actually quite a bit better than 50. It converted as high as 65 and 70. That's why I was able to get such high opt-ins. But like I said in the beginning, you're not going to convert that well because you're going to tweak them and stuff. But I got 400 people come to this page, 200 of them opt in, so that means that there's now 200 people. There's now 200 people who are looking at this page who can click on all these. Now, yeah, not all 200 people are going to click on all 4. That's why I'm only telling them they're going to get 125 back or 150 back. They may get 200. It's happened. There's been lots of time. I mean, there's been more than one occasion where my partners got double the clicks they sent because we had a really good event. Everybody pulled their weight. That happens. And sometimes the Tell a Friend script will send a little extra clicks, and everybody's happy. So that's what happens. That's how that's happened, and that's how you're able to guarantee the clicks. And a lot of people get worried, and they say, well, what if someone doesn't send the clicks, and I have to make them up? These people are going to be pissed at me. I don't have a list. You're going to have a list after you do this event, and you're going to be able to generate those clicks from the list that you just generated through the event if needed to be. I've only had to do that once myself out of all the events I've ran, and that was my first event, which went horrible. But I still got 341 opt-ins, so it went horrible, but it still went great. So I think I got that. Oh, and I mentioned ClickTracks. That was the reason that I have this confirm. Oops, went too far back. That's the reason that I have this confirmation page, is because this has a ClickTracks cookie on it, and so I know uh, it's converting. And I know who, that way I can tell which partners sent opt-ins and how many they sent. Now, a second little ninja trick that I do on these giveaway events to make sure my partners get the most clicks is I add an exit pop. You're, oh, Kobe, big deal, exit pops. We all know about exit pops. But yeah, but I send the exit pop to the thank you page. And it has audio on it too, which I won't be able to hear. But let's try to get away from here. Oh, I don't want to go here. This page is asking you to confirm. Let's, uh, okay, let's stay on page. And it's going to stay on this page here. This is the thank you page. It automatically redirected me. And I'm using Firefox right now, so just actually if you want to stay. If you're using Internet Explorer, it'll actually say, wait, here, take a look at the gifts first. You can have them for free. And so that's just another little way to recycle some of the clicks so I can send my visitors their clicks. And when you're doing it that way, it's almost impossible to not send them back at least 25% what they send. As long as all 4 people pull their weight, then your event's going to go very smooth. Now I'm going to look at the questions, and then we'll talk about how to find people. Okay, Quanisha asked for the link for the squeeze page. I will put that in for y'all. This is a pack of 4. I call them ugly squeeze pages, but they're based on the template that you just saw. And I'm pretty sure this is the link. If it doesn't work, yell at me and I'll fix it. You're very welcome, Quanisha. All right, there it is. Let me know if that doesn't work. Actually, I guess I could just click on it and see, huh? Okay, yeah, that's a good link. Awesome. And those are similar to what you're seeing here. Oops, not that one. And this is one that I did for a student, just so you can see a different example. This is one that I set up for one of my students. And this is actually the link that I just gave y'all is one of these squeeze pages is in there. This squeeze page is in there. This is one of the 4 that's in there. They're ugly, but they're effective. So this one actually converted above 60% as well. It converted really high. I was really actually kind of surprised because that was the first time I'd used this template, and it worked so well. Your free gift, 5 secret money making products. The product, this is it. This is simple. It's ugly. You can use it in Composer, and you can make it in like 10 minutes if you're dumb like me. If you're really sharp, then you can do it in a few minutes or less. And it's simple. It converts well. And this one, we did the same thing on his, the exit pop with going to the squeeze page or going to the download page. And of course, there's audio that says, "Oh, you're leaving," and that's why I have two. That's why I have the confirmation page in between, because I have 2 separate download pages, even though they're exactly the same. Because one download page is for the exit pop, and it triggers the audio, and the other one doesn't have audio. So that's of course optional. And this one is for one of my students' courses. This one I actually participated in, so that's my link here, and these are 3 other guys. This one was a 200 click event. It went okay. We got more than 200 clicks back. We didn't get like 300 or nothing. I think I got 250 out of the deal, so I was happy, or 275 or something. I was happy. We didn't get anything like super extreme, because we had one guy that didn't send. He only sent about half what he was supposed to. One guy sent about 75% of what he was supposed to. So that kind of hurt us, even though we all got what we were supposed to. We didn't really get any like really big, huge hump. But it wasn't anything to, it was better than it would have been with an ad swap, so it was nothing to complain about. But it wasn't anything to, I'm just telling you all to be real. I mean, like I said, sometimes you do these and they work great. Sometimes you'll do them and they work not at all. That's just what happens. I mean, like I said, when I did it, my worst one was my first one, and I got 341 opt-ins, within a couple of days. So I said I did it terribly, and I got 341. After that, I've always gotten at least 600 opt-ins. So the more you do, the more you'll see. So I laid the technique out for you, and I showed you the squeeze page. I showed you how. Oh, let me show you how to do the download page or the thanks page with Composer. It's the same way. These are just hit the preview. This is what it looks like on the site, and I hit the normal tag. You can see these are just a table. You simply go up here, you hit insert, you hit table. You can do two by three like that, or in this case I got a couple of ones in between, so this would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be like 3 by 7 or something. So you just do it like that, and then you just put your GIFs in here, and you put your links in here. It's very, very simple. It's really straightforward. If you don't know how to do that, get on YouTube. You'll find a video. I mean, actually, I've got a couple of videos on my blog, so you can check those out. KobeWright.com. Okay, so we got all of that. Now let's talk about finding partners, because I'm breezing through this pretty fast. That only took about 25 minutes, surprisingly. So we still got about 20 minutes. I'm going to talk about now finding partners. I'm going to show you what I did to find partners in the beginning, and then I'll show you, I'll talk about an easier way. What I did in the beginning was I contacted people on the Warrior Forum. And also, if you're already doing ad swaps and stuff, then you can just contact people you've done ad swaps with before, and they'll be usually more than happy to doing these with you again. But if you're not into ad swap stuff yet, you don't have a list yet, then that's perfect too, because I only had a list of about 1,000 whenever I started doing this. So I really had no list at all, and I had no reputation. I was new, no one knew me, and I was able to get people to do it with me. What I did is I went to the Warrior Forum. That's where we're at now. And there's two sections that you need to pay attention to. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Warrior Joint Ventures. Go in here, and there's people who are doing ad swaps and selling solo ads. Sometimes people who sell solo ads don't do ad swaps, so they're not really who you want to look for, but a lot of times they also do ad swaps. So those are the people you want to look for, but our main target is ad swappers, because that's basically what this is. And this is kind of like an ad swap. For your partners, they're doing nothing different than they would with an ad swap. They're sending one email to their list to send an X number of clicks. That's just like with an ad swap. If me and you arrange to do an ad swap, then we say, okay, we're going to send each other 100 clicks. You send me 100 clicks, I send you 100 clicks. That's how it works. If you have to send your list 4 times to get 100 clicks, then that's what you have to do. If I only send to, a third of my list to get 100 clicks for you, then that's how it works. It doesn't matter how big our lists are. It just matters on the clicks. So you'll go through here and you look for people who are willing to do ad swaps. Find one like this one says 1,300 subscribers, and I'm niche 500 plus unique clicks per mailing. That's probably a solo ad. But you can look through here and they'll say ad swap. Here's someone that says small list ad swap. Looking for 4x solo ads or ad swaps. So you can do this in other niches too. Buyers list, iNiche. You can see, just go and you find people who are looking for ad swaps. I'm going to pick on Avery again. I picked on him this day because I know him, so we'll go back to him. He'd be a great candidate who says, hey guys, I'm looking to build my 2.8K IM list in a big way. I'm willing to work with anyone who has ideas. I'll do swaps, solo giveaways, integration marketing, etc. So that'd be a perfect contact. He's got a 2.8K list. That's probably about 100 clicks. Hang on a second, my dove is throwing a fit in the background. Yeah, he heard me talking about it. He quit hooting. So any of y'all that hear that in the background, it sounds like an owl. That's my pet dove. He likes to throw a fit whenever I'm doing these webinars to give me a hard time. Anyways, back to Avery. 2.8K IM list, that's probably about 100 clicks. I would say he could probably do around 100 clicks. So he'd be a perfect person to target and say, hey, I'm doing this cool thing, build some subscribers. If you can send 100 clicks, I can guarantee you'll get 125 clicks back. PM me if you're interested. You just simply, to send him a PM, you just right-click or click on his name and send a private message to Avery Berman. And you do need to have 50 posts to send, or be a War Room member to send a PM. But that's not too hard to get. Just don't spam the forum. But you can also click on their name, and you can leave them a visitor message. I think you have to have like 5 posts or something to make a visitor message. But you can do that. That's always an example, and just say, hey, I saw you were interested in ad swaps. Hit me up or something. Just don't try to pitch them on the first contact, or they're just going to blow it off like spam. Don't make it look like a cut and paste, because people don't pay attention to that. If anybody's been doing this for any time, then it's pretty obvious to the cut and paste. And anytime I get them all the time to work for them, I'll just I ignore them. Sometimes I'll mess with them and send them something back just to kind of give them a hard time. Like I had a guy one time saying, well, this is a perfect fit for your audience, and it wasn't. And so I sent him back, like, hey, looks good. Why do you think it'd be a good fit for my audience? And he gave me it was pretty obvious, the answer that he gave me, that he didn't research me and didn't really, because he said, oh, I saw you had a WSO about WordPress themes. Well, I may have one in the future, but I don't yet have one about WordPress. So it was obvious that he just put my name in and hit search in the WSO form and just looked at a couple of threads that showed up after he searched my name, which means I commented in a thread about WordPress. Then nonetheless, back to what we're saying here. It's easy to find people here using this. Another spot here on the Warrior forum that you go to, looking for solo ads. Move them. They used to could put them in the joint picture section. Now solo ad sellers have to go in the for classified ads section. So you just go over here and look, because like I said, most ads sellers also swappers. Some may not be. That's okay. You can just go through here and you'll see people who are selling solo ads. I don't see them out the bat, but there's nearly always one or two on the first page. One of my buddies always has one on here. Igor Keepfets. I can recommend him. He has good traffic for solo ads. I bought them from him quite a bit. As far as a warrior, Anthony Tilley is another good warrior who has good traffic, good solo ads. Another forum that you can try is IamAdswaps.com. You have to opt into this guy's list. I don't remember exactly what the forum link is, or I'd give it to you, because it's been a while since I've been to this forum. This forum that is basically people just looking for ad swaps. Just go in there and you can contact people. Another one is Mark Cows has one at adswaps.info, I believe. Yep. Same thing with his. He wants you to opt in. I do know the link for his forum. I hope he doesn't kill me if he ever sees this, but it's adswaps.info/316. So this is the way the IamAdswaps.com forum looks as well. It's like this one. You can see it's just people in here. This guy has listed 20,000. This one has a list of 200, 523, 700, 1,200, 3,100, 4,400. Just people in here looking for ad swaps. And another route you can also route that you can take is if you're on Skype and you're in any Skype channels and stuff, you can also do that as well. Awesome, awesome. Y'all are very welcome. I got a couple of thanks for the sweets pages. Y'all are welcome. Okay, so that's how you find partners. Send them, and you can also, if you can't send PMs, you can also, a lot of times people will list their email address when they're looking for ad swaps at the Warrior Forum. You can send them emails. I know I did that a lot whenever I was first getting started looking for ad swaps and didn't really know any place to look and was kind of desperate. I would put my email out there because, you know, I don't remember if it was because, I don't know, I wanted them to contact me because I wanted to do ad swaps with them. Another place you can find, if you're a member, is you can go to discount.safeswaps or discount.safe-com/KobeRott, and you can do ad swaps here. And you can contact people here. They have a forum here. You can put a post in their forum. I'm trying to log in, but it's not letting me. Oh, okay. Let's try that. Their pages, they just changed it, so it's not functioning correctly, it looks like. But they also have solo ads here. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, there it goes. Cool. I don't know why it wasn't working. All right. So you can see here, we'll go look at some ad swap. See, like I did with Kevin Hott, he sent me 311 clicks. I sent him 306. Me and Robert Phillips, I sent him 230. He sent me 216. So now I could contact, like, I know Kevin. I know how many clicks he can send. So if I'm doing a 300 click event, I can send him a PM, a personal message through SafeSwap. Say, hey Kevin, if you're doing I'm doing something cool. If you want in on it, let me know. And that's all you got to do. I can do this, and since he's dealt with me before, he's going to be pretty likely to deal with me, and it's pretty easy to sell. And so they also have a forum. You can make a post here in the forum, because I do see people posting like joint venture giveaways in the forum, and it's being very slow. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time with SafeSwap. but you understand the concept of it's not too hard to find people. You can see here's their forum. They got a lot of stuff in here. So a lot of different topics. You can just put a post in there. And so don't let finding people and the fact that you kind of have to contact people stand in your way. I used to be one of the shyest people in the world, and I hate contacting people. And you know, and there's still times a day when I don't like talking to people on Skype, like voice messaging, and I just now got to where I would even do that, even though I've been doing this for 14 months now. So it's you just have to, you know, it's worth it. It's worth being uncomfortable because, like I said, if you can get 1,000 subscribers in a week by just talking to a couple people, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it to stick your neck out and you know, put yourself out there. And you know what? This one technique has sprouted into so much more for myself. It turned out as just a little technique that I used to build my list. Then it turned out into a WSO that I launched, which has blossomed into about 4 or 5 different projects that have come out of that one. One of those being a membership site, one of those being a joint venture with starting our own giveaway hosting thing, which that's in the works now. You'll hear about that in a few weeks. And amongst other things, I also had a partnership, but that since fell apart. Hey George, glad you've been on. Nice southern accent because there's a mic echo. Is it going to record it? Yes, I will be recording it. It's being recorded right now, and thank you for making it. And I'm glad you like the accent. Okay, I think I've covered everything as far as this technique is concerned. If I'm left anything out, if you want to know how I'm setting them up, how I'm finding partners, maybe what I'm saying to them, um, if you want to know any of that, put them in the box. Because I know I'll breeze through this stuff pretty quick, and sometimes I'll leave stuff out or I skip over stuff. If there's any questions you have concerning any of the stuff I've talked about, go ahead and put them in there. Okay, well, it looks like everyone's good on questions. If you're typing in a question now, then feel free to keep typing it. But I promised y'all that I was going to do a drawing tonight. Oh, good, there's a question. Cool. Diane said, "Thank you, Kobe. It's something I didn't know about." You're very welcome. And not many people do know about this. Okay. Oh, another question. Is that an Aweber form within Composer? On this one, let me show you. This one is actually an Imnica form. This is Imnica, which they don't have a generator. This is just plain HTML. This is just a plain HTML code. This one is for eye contact, and this is for eye contact as well, but that's for a plugin that I'm working with. Let me show you an Aweber one. I do have an Aweber one. I'll show you one here. Wait, that one. Here's an Aweber one. The only thing that I can do with Aweber that I haven't been able to figure out to do with the other ones yet is do like these little fancy buttons. I can't figure out how to do that with Imnica yet. I know it can be done because I've seen others do it. I just haven't quite figured out how to do it with Imnica or with eye contact yet. But here's an Aweber one. And actually the only part of this that is Aweber is from here is just literally the input box and the submit button. This text here is just above it in the Composer, and then this text here below it is in Composer. I cut the header off, I cut the footer off within Aweber. I made the background transparent. I, of course, took the label off. And if y'all want to watch me build an Aweber form, I can do that for y'all real quick. Yeah, I know how to do it. I know how to do it in Aweber, Quanisha. I just don't know how to do it with, I don't know how to do it in Imnica. I don't know how to make this kind of button in Imnica. I can do it in Aweber. It's easy in Aweber. I just can't figure quite how to do it. And Diana said that she does want to see me watch me build an Aweber form. Okay, cool. I didn't use Aweber, or I started with Aweber in the beginning, and then I switched to ICA, and then I recently started using Aweber again because I knew that a lot of my students needed help with Aweber, and I was getting a lot of questions about it, and Aweber changed their layout, so I've started using them again so I can show people. So you can see my list in Aweber is only 232. This is mostly all stuff generated for the Ninja list building site through training and through solo ads and through WSO. But you can see the click-through rates are pretty good. Look at this one's 85%, but that's only a list with only 7 people on it. There was one I was looking at the other day that had 100%, but it's a list of 8, which is anyways, let's go and build a web form. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's do it for new tester 1, 2, 3, 4. You simply, okay, we're in Aweber. You simply choose the list that you want over here from the little drop down. Go over here to web forms. And it looks like I've already got one. But actually, let's build one for, let me find one that I don't have one for. Let's stick with this one to keep it simple. I'm sorry. So what I'll do is grab it. That one's already, somebody's already worked with that one. Let's just click on create a new one for the confusion. Then after I do this, we'll draw for the coaching. Okay, this is what you, when you come into Aweber, this is what you get by default. What we're seeing now, which is the blue and the gray with all this other stuff in here. I don't like any of this. I don't like all this. I don't want my people, I don't want anybody clicking on this and going away from my page. I want them clicking on submit to submit their email address. Take this out, click the X, boom. I don't care if this is, a lot of people say, well, Kobe, I want my Aweber affiliate link in there. Why? You don't want them on your list? Put them on your list. You can send them your affiliate link after they're on your list. And so I do that. You can take the header out. I normally take the header off as well. I normally always take the footer out. In this case, I'm going to leave the header because we're going to put some text in there. I'm going to show you how to actually use this as a whole squeeze page. So let's pick a template. Let's go with the modern. No, I don't want to do that. I want to go with the basic. I think it's, maybe it's under popular. Yeah, there it is. Let's go with the basic one. Load template. And I'm going to cut the, oh, I forgot, I've already modified this one as well. Let's go back to this one. Okay, back to where we're at, sorry. Let's put in, we'll go to edit head, put in your text here. This is your call to action. Oh wait, I said I was going to show you how to make this your whole squeeze page. Let's do it this way. How to add 100 to 300 people to your list this weekend, even with no list at all. And my dove is going crazy in the background. I had to holler at him, sorry. Okay. Oops. So do that. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's say we want it to be 24. That's still not big. Let's do 6. Save. You're like, oh, it looks crappy. Yeah, I know. We're going to resize it. Hang on. Just pull that pretty easy. Resize it. And I'm going to take the name out because I don't like to ask for that usually. Edit the submit button. Nope. Edit. Oh, on this one I can't. You can change the button, but I can't edit the text. Okay, no problem. But I'm going to edit the label. I'm going to take the label off. I'm going to put it inside the box. Or let's do it this way. Your best email is. And I think you can resize this. Actually, let's click, go to advanced. And let's go run this. Oops. You can go to thought there was a way you could change it. Okay, for time's sake, let's leave it like it is. I'm going to add enter your info below. That's it. That's all it takes. And actually, we could add a footer on this since we were going to make it use this as a squeeze page, but it wouldn't be necessary. Squeeze it out if you want. If you don't want to make it that big, take all this out and actually just you just sorry. You just hit this X here and kill the header, resize it back down. But what I was showing you when you do it this way is you can use the self-hosted option and you can use that link as your squeeze page. But let's say that we don't want to do that. We want to add it to our composer. Then we'll leave it like this. I'd kill the header. I would click on this to a background. And I'd go over here, not the submit button, but I would choose body. And I would click background. And I would click no color. And you can see that killed it, made it transparent. That means we can put on any color. And it looks great. And so that's all it takes. And I would go to save web form. I saved it and I go to step 2. Yeah, leave all that. Where you want the thank you page to be. If you want this to go to your own thank you page, then you need to choose custom page. And this is where you would put in your page that says, hey, you need to go confirm your email, or this is where you put your one-time offer or whatever. And I'm just going to leave it in this case for the Smart Video version. And then, save web form. And this is now, what I was talking about how to use it as a squeeze page is you go to have Aweber host my form. And they're going to give you this link. And you can hit OK, copy. Now, when you're using this link is awesome because if you're doing something like, if you have software that needs a URL to be registered, you can put this in. If you're participating in the Big JV giveaway events, you can put this in as your squeeze page URL, or you can simply link this in, to anything really. And when they click on that, watch, it brings up the squeeze page. Of course, this is all that we have on there, so it doesn't really make sense. But what we would do is we click on I will install my form. I always use the raw HTML version because with the Java snippet, yes, it will update it automatically, but there's some browsers that can't see this JavaScript. And you can also check include beautiful styles. I usually uncheck it. Right click, select all. Right click it, copy. We would go back to Composer. Let's go to New, Center, and just paste it in. And there you go. Of course, then we would put the text above it, whatever we want to put. That's that easy. It's that simple with if you're using somebody like Imnica. Let me show you how easy it is with Imnica. They're not as pretty with Imnica, but they're a lot easier to work with sometimes. With Imnica, you go to choose your list. Let's choose this one. Since it's at the top. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It's a lot of 5s. And Imnica is taking their time. Okay, and when it opens up, click on Create Subscription, Unsubscription Form. Same way, I always choose the blue one, which is Ocean. And if you want to add stuff, like if you want to add a name, you just go over here and you click first name, whatever, and you put it on there. And then you just go to HTML code. And if you want it to look just like this, and of course you can edit it here, you can edit the text if you want to, but I don't really need to. But if you want to leave it this blue, then that's fine. If it doesn't fit your website, what you do is you come in here and just bypass this first little bit that says div and classes. This is just telling it to pretty it up. You get past all of that and you look for where it starts with form, this part right here, and you go all the way down to where the form ends, right before the style starts. So this is all we need, is this little bitty section out of all of this mess. And you can do the same thing with Aweber, but I didn't, just because with Aweber I don't do it that way. With Imnica I do, because I like to work with this basic code. And so let me show you what this basic code looks like compared to the Aweber one that we just done. But it's much, much simpler to work with. See, it's just the normal. But for those who like you can give me your Imnica code and I can pretty much make it look like anything because you can take that basic HTML code and you can paste it on top of a picture when you're using Composer. Let me show you an example of that. Crap, sorry. Trying to go with viralpdf.com. Viral-pdf.com. There it is. And an example of where I've done this. I took an Imnica form and pasted it on top of a picture to make a really cool looking fancy one. And I wouldn't be able to do this with Aweber because I'm not smart enough. I know you can do it. I'm not smart enough, so that's how easy it is. That's why I like to work with the plain code with Imnica because I can do fancy stuff like that that I can't necessarily do with Aweber. But then with Aweber, I can make them pretty within Aweber. So each one has its pros and its cons. Of course, Aweber's does more, but you pay a lot more with Aweber. Do you know how to do this with Dreamweaver or where I can find that out? Dreamweaver should be pretty much the same as Composer. I haven't used it, but it should be pretty similar. And Ed asked if I've tried using the self-hosted web form. I have. It works fine. I usually, I will use it, in a case where I would use it, let me show you a great example, is I'm working on, I do it with software is when I would do it mostly. Let me show you software that I'm working on. Well, I didn't do it. Okay, here it is. You can see here whenever you open this up, it asks for a registration key and an email and whatever. Well, when they click on this, it says I don't have a key. Well, click on this. Oh, wait, you need to register it. Here's how you register to get your key. And that's how that works. So this is where you would put, whenever you're doing your software, you would put that self-hosted form as a URL. So whenever they clicked on it, it would say something like that. And I've done that on, I don't have the software here, but I've done it on one piece of software where I used the URL and it was an activation. It was similar to this page. Of course, I used Making Composer, but that's when I would use it. That's when I've used it. Some people will use it in JV giveaway events. I hope that answers your question. How did I make the squeeze page? And Diana says, you're really a fan of open source stuff, aren't you? Yes, I am. If I can do it for cheap, then I'm all for that. I don't mind spending money, but if you don't have to, then there's no need to. Vanessa asked, how did I make this squeeze page? I used a template that I have software for from Mike Cowles. Let me give you the link. I can get the exact same template from him for free. I use this shortcut software that he has. And I think this URL will work. I hope it does. But I think you can get it from him at squeezepagecity.com for an opt-in. I think. I know that he has it there and says you can get a template. I'm not sure this exact same one, but it looks pretty similar. So there's your two options. I use the software, and I'll show you why I use the software. It's because I have this is the software right here. It's got squeeze page, sales page, guarantee, testimonial, Johnson box, blah blah blah, and then I put all my own stuff in here as well, like email ending swaps and stuff like that, opt-in forms, etc., etc. So that's that. Now let's get down. And I said I had the same template. I bought the shortcuts, but I don't know how to insert the tables. Okay. If you have that software, then you can just copy and paste into, it gives you a code, you just copy it into a Composer and then just swap out your information. But to save your own templates in there, then you simply, you just paste it in here, put a name in, click Create Shortcut. Now, if you mean tables, what kind of tables do you mean? Within Composer? But it doesn't have the tables. What tables do you mean? That it comes with a table. That's actually, let me show you what it looks like. Squeeze page, generate code. Well, maybe let me try again. Right. Source, Control A, Control V. Oh, well. That's embarrassing. Go back and try it again. Okay, this is what it looks like. Let me fix this. You always got to change that to the top when you're using Composer. For some reason, it kind of makes it funny looking. When you do it, these right here are two tables. They just don't have a border around them. The border is 0. These are both tables. These are both pictures as well. You just would put, let me go to preview. You'd put your information. You remove this picture. Let me go to normal. You remove this picture. You can see it's just a picture. And then you would put your option form here. And same thing here. This is where you would put your picture. Just like that. And this is a table. If I didn't have this in here, like, let me see, I'll delete the table and show you. Or you can just hit it. That I'm not sure if. Okay, you see how it works now. Awesome. Okay. To insert the e-cover. Oh, okay, you got it. You figured it out. Okay, yeah, I answered that question. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, that's how you do it. You're very welcome. She said thank you. All right. Okay. Well, we've still got a few people left. I think I bored some of them with the little extra distraction there at the end about the Aweber form. But good news is we still got some of y'all are still around. So I am going to do a drawing for a free hour of coaching with me, Skype, preferably voice over Skype. If you want to chat or do it through email, we can do that as well. But it's kind of hard to get your hours worth through through an email. And you can ask me whatever you want. I can give you advice, whatever. Let me close all these windows and we'll get started on that. Okay. Now, before I'm gonna see if there's any questions. Looks like there's another question. Vanessa, let me send you I'm gonna send you my email address. Send me a. Oops, I sent that to everybody, but it's info@copyright.com. Vanessa, and we can talk about that. Okay, what we're giving away today is a free hour of personal coaching. And the way it's going to work is here in a moment, I'm going to tell y'all to type in Coach Me Kobe or I want coaching or whatever. I don't do it yet. If you do it now, it doesn't count. But here in a moment, I'm going to count to 3 and say go now. And it's going to be the 5th person. So let me look at the list over here. So it looks like pretty much everybody's paying attention. Awesome. Okay, we got 2 people who aren't. Nope, not just 1. Okay, so everybody's paying attention for the most part. Okay, so everybody, you can type it in now if you want, but just don't hit enter yet. We're going to type in Coach Me Kobe or I want Kobe or yeah, I want coaching. Not yet, Morris. On count of 3, all right? Is everybody ready? Okay, here we go. On count of 3, type in Coach Me Kobe, and it's going to be the 5th person. So 1, 2, 3, type it in. Coach Me Kobe. Oh, wait, there we go. Lighting up. Awesome, awesome. Let me look and see. Okay, I think we've got, okay, y'all can stop. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. All right. Wow, goodness gracious. Let me go back up the top. Okay. Number 1, okay, that's going to be the 5th person. The 5th person is the one who will win. And it looks like Quanisha, you were 1. Robert, you were 2nd. Ed was 3rd. Rudy was 4th. And Diana, you were 5th. And then Morris, you were 5th or 6th, and George was 7th. And then so on and so forth, not to rub it in. So Diana, if you will send me your email, then I will get together with you about scheduling a time for that. She said, cool, awesome. That's great. So info@copyright.com. Send that again. Cool. I will copy your email down. Now, got that out of the way, and normally I charge $250 an hour for coaching, so that's get a little freebie for everybody. Now, for those of you who are still, who's put in I want coaching, I've got another special deal for y'all. It's not going to cost you $250. And what I'm doing today is I'm actually going to lower the price of my group coaching, which is what we do today is group coaching. Been doing it every Sunday. I've got the replays up. I'll show you those in just a second. From the past ones that I've done, you'll have access to those. You're going to have access to about 20 different products, and you get weekly coaching every week where we're going to do question and answers, where we pretty much, and I always get the question, what are the topics about? The topics are about the people that show up on Sunday, which we're going to be moving that. I'm moving that because it's football season now, and so I know a lot of people aren't being able to make it. But the people that show up at the group training and are the ones that get to say in the next week's training. So that's how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to knock $50 off of the price. It's normally $97 a month. Today I've marked it down to $47, and it's at ninjalistbuildingstrategies.com. And I'm going to show you what all is in here. First of all, what's included is a ton of products. The weekly coaching, which I just told you I charge $250 an hour, so you get an hour plus every week of me, and you get to answer your own question. So it's interactive. That's $1,000 of value a month. We also have a forum. Go and check it out, where I'll put posts in there occasionally. Y'all can put posts in there. There's not a whole lot of traffic in there yet because we're still, I'm still growing, but there are some posts in there. I put a good one in there the other day about increasing your opt-in conversions. Private forum. We have a private forum, and this is the replay section for the group coaching. You can see I've got 4 of them in there so far. I always put the replays in there. You always have access to those, of course, each week. So if you can't make it to the live coaching, you didn't miss anything other than, maybe getting a chance to get your questions answered. And then everything that you get, of course, everybody loves instant gratification. So the stuff that you get today, here's all the stuff you get today. You get a lot of stuff today. And I've also scheduled it out because, first of all, there's 2 problems. I know that, one, I know that you want some instant gratification. So you want some stuff today, especially when you rank out, in this case only $47, but in most cases it's $97 usually. When you put out that kind of money, you want to, you don't want, you want something now. I don't want to wait until Sunday to get coaching. I want something now. So what you're going to have access to today is all these products, and then I've also got it set out. I'm only got it up to day 10 so far because I lost 2 of my partners, so it's just me now. It's only me. I'm the only ninja left, but no fear. I'm going to crack on with it, and I'll get you all fixed up. But so I'm adding each day. I'm adding more. Eventually there's going to be several months worth. And don't worry, those who have already hit 10 days, when I add them into Aweber, you get them automatically, so which is cool. But this is the stuff you get today. You get Autoresponder Magic video course. This is selling currently as a WSO for $11. Ninja Fast List Building video course. This sells for $20. This is by Phil Ainsworth, former partner. Emergency 24 Cash Generation video course. This is also selling for $9 as a WSO. Email Demon video course is $17. Email Marketing Blueprint. I don't even sell this. This is only available in the here in the membership through me. That's a PDF about getting your the best time to send emails, getting your emails opened, all that good stuff. Email Marketing Magic is another PDF that I sell about list building. List Building Decoded is another list building PDF, but all 3 of these are list building PDFs, but they're not the same. They're all completely different. Forum Fever rebrandable software is a software that I sell at forumfever.info. You can actually rebrand it as your own. You can change the title, all that stuff. You don't have to, because I actually spent a good amount of money having some graphics and stuff made for it. So it's got great graphics and stuff and that you can use, and just put your own links in there if you want, your own affiliate links and stuff, and pass it around, give it away, sell it, whatever. And that's a great software. Is a great way to get viral traffic, and it's a great freebie too. People love software. That actually sells for $27 or something like that. I actually had a sell on it once. I don't think it's quite reached $27 now yet, but nonetheless. Another video course I sell for $27. Another WSO that I sell for $10 every day. You get the squeeze pages. I just gave you all those. So, but there's also a video showing you how to use these squeeze pages and how to edit them. I also give you a video course for Composer because if you're like me, you don't know how to use it. I actually did not do this video course, but I watched it and I learned stuff watching it, so I knew that y'all would too. You also get an exit pop script. And then, like I said, this is set up to be drip fed each day. You also get an email. So I've got it set up for like day one, there's a couple of videos for Autoresponder Magic. Day two is a couple more videos on Autoresponder Magic. That way you don't pay and then forget that you've actually got these access to these products. And then, of course, you get the weekly coaching as well, in addition to any of the weekly webinars I do like this one that are always open to everyone. So if anyone has any questions about that, about what I'm offering here, about the membership, about list building in general, go ahead and put them in the box. And I'm going to look over the ones I've got. Diana asked if I was as old as her kids. I could be. I'm 26, so. Awesome. Looks like most of the questions are, she said I didn't quite